Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Custom Spotlight. Today, we'll be looking at wait a minute, Sonic, Shadow, what are you guys doing here? And what are you doing with that Master Emerald truck? Let's show him, Sonic. Yeah, Chaos Control! Whoa! What happened to you two? Well, I guess in this custom spotlight, we'll be taking a look at Super Sonic and Super Shadow. Let's move Shadow back a little bit, and we'll decouple the truck, which, by the way, this is just a standard truck with a standard gray truck with a face that I put on it. Kind of looks like Scruffy. Yeah. I'll just put it over there in the back, and we'll take a look at Super Sonic. So, Super Sonic is made from a Trackmaster, from a Trackmaster Tomy Thomas. And what's funny about it is that this is the exact same shell as normal Sonic. This base is the chassis is the same exact base as normal Sonic. I just made a swappable shell that I can put on top of the normal Sonic shell body. Painted this one up in yellow to represent Super Sonic's bright yellow color scheme. I would show you like a model of Super Sonic to compare it to, but I don't have one on me, so yeah, can't really do that. But there are a few things if I pull up Sonic's normal shell here, you can tell that I tried my best to translate all the details I could. One of the big new details added to this model, though, is this little Chaos Emerald symbol on his side. I thought giving Super Sonic a Chaos Emerald symbol added with his like connection with the emeralds. So, thought it was necessary. He also has backlining, which I mention because giving this Sonic backlining is the only reason that I then went back to give normal Sonic backlining. So the reason that normal Sonic now has lining on the back of him is because I gave it to Super Sonic and I wanted to be consistent. There isn't really much to him. He's pretty much just normal Sonic, but glowing yellow. So let's move him aside and we'll talk about Super Shadow. Again, this is the same exact chassis as normal Shadow. Only difference is that I made him an extra shell with a more wait. I have the paint around here somewhere. What color paint is what does the paint store call this color? Antique white. I painted him in antique white paint. All his details are transferred from the regular Shadow. The major differences are that this one's nameplates are white and not red. He also has these little red markings on the side, and it's a lot easier to see all the lining since it isn't like a bright black or something. I actually just now realized that I didn't give him any door detailing. Hold on just a moment. And one Sharpie marker later, and now he has door lining. Door detail. Yay. So, yeah, there isn't really much else to the two. Although, real quick, I am going to mention the faces. I wanted to give some visual difference between the normal faces and the super faces. So, firstly, I gave them both red eyes, which is something that the super forms have. Second, but another thing I did was I gave them slightly different expressions. Sonic has a more stoic expression, like he's more determined and ready to punch and ready to straight up attack somebody. While Shadow's is more of a neutral expression, as opposed to his more angry, scowling expression he had originally. I was gonna give him give Super Shadow like a smirk, but I just couldn't think of a good way to do that. Maybe I will in the future, but for right now, I think I'm content with their faces as they are. The reason I gave these guys 2D faces in the first place is that I kind of wanted to give them like different expressions that I could swap out. But, yeah. I'm cool with it as it is. So, yeah. I think that's basically going to do it, actually. This is just a brief little custom spotlight. Wanted to show off these models because I'm sure some people were probably wondering if I was even going to make a Super Sonic and a Super Shadow. When it comes to another character in the future, however, I don't know if I'll be making their super form or the super form of another character that's coming up, but I would like to. I just need to get more models in order to do it. A common misconception that I think I'm saying I think happens because I'm not sure. I think people in the comments suspect that like I have all the materials I need to make the customs I'm looking for. Whereas with Sonic and Shadow here, I literally only got the pieces to finish these two super forms like last week. And when it comes to Shadow in general, this chassis didn't even exist like 2 weeks ago. 2-3 weeks ago, this chassis never even existed. So, yeah. I just buy materials whenever I need to buy new models whenever I need to make new models. So, for another character who is up the line of characters that I need to touch on in the future, when it comes to characters like them, I'm gonna need to buy some more materials before I can actually make their extra stuff. But I'd like to. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I think that's all I need to say about Super Sonic and Super Shadow. So, I guess these two are just going to chill in their super forms until the end of the video. Oh, although actually, something I didn't get to do in the last video, I'll have Shadow end us off this time. If you want to, Shadow. With pleasure. Chaos Control!